Good morning, KNDMS team and family. I'm Jeremy Mullet, your Assistant Principal of Instruction, and this is your Friday Community Update. Well, folks, we've made it. It's the end of March, and that doesn't just mean the end of March Madness. It also means that we are jumping into spring break. Very exciting stuff. Quarter 3 is now officially done. We have gotten our report cards, and we're already looking forward to quarter 4 and how we're going to get even better grades next time around. Now, before we go in to our spring break, through this community update, we're going to start off with some independent reading update. Now, unfortunately, Miss Hudson is not here today to do the independent reading update, but I can summarize in about one sentence, and that is this: read a book, take the AR quiz. That's it, folks. And you've got a whole 5 bonus days of spring break plus 2 weekends. So we're looking at 9 days that you could be reading some books and taking some AR quizzes. So, folks, I hope to see some extra words read as you kick off quarter 4. Now, speaking of grades, let's jump into our academic update with Mr. Halfaker.
Well, hello there. Happy Thursday. It's weird seeing you folks on Thursday, not Friday, but either way, this is Mr. Halfaker coming at you live today for an academic update. This one feels really important because we have made it officially to the end of quarter 3. Everybody take a moment, give yourself a round of applause for making it all the way. Give yourself a pat on the back, kiss your brain, and then let's talk about what comes next. Now, I know a lot of you are focused on spring break. I am too. I'm very excited to enjoy all that Colorado has to offer and the beautiful weather. Next week, as I get ready to get my mind right for quarter 4, I'm sure you all are doing something similar. But I wanted to take a moment today to talk about an event that we're going to have here at our building this Friday. That's right, that's tomorrow. And families, this one is just for you. Students, you're welcome to listen, but this one's for the families out there. We understand that standards-based grading is fairly new to us here at KNDMS. We've only used this method of grading for about 2 years. We want to take some time this Friday to sit down with you and talk about the report card, talk about why we shifted towards standards-based grading in the first place, what we're trying to communicate when we send home a report card, and probably what you want to know most, how you can support from home. I do want to be very clear that this event is going to be happening simultaneous with our mandatory conferences here on campus. Families, if you have a mandatory conference, please plan to attend those mandatory conferences at the time that you scheduled. In addition to those mandatory conferences, we're going to be offering family workshops from 9 to 9:30 and 12 to 12:30. These will be located right here on KNDMS's campus. And will be happening this Friday, March 25th. We're going to take the time to, again, answer a lot of your questions around standards-based grading and even sit down with you one-on-one to talk about this report card and how your student did. And, of course, how you can best support from home. Families, if you have any questions, please reach out to me personally. My name is Lane Halfaker. My email is lhalfaker@kipcolorado.org. I'd be happy to answer your questions. We really hope to see you this Friday. And then we'll head off into a great spring break. Thanks for your time. Happy Thursday. And we'll see you for quarter 4.
Thank you, Mr. Halfaker. And families, I truly do hope to see a lot of you there tomorrow, the 24th at 9 o'clock, or at our session at 12 o'clock noon. You can come to either of those sessions. You could come to both, but they're the same thing each time. And again, our families that have those mandatory conferences, we're offering it twice so that maybe you could attend one after or before your upcoming conference. So again, that's tomorrow, 9 to 9:30, and then again from 12 to 12:30. Now let's turn it over to our culture team for this week's Culture Corner.
Hey Kipsters, welcome to Culture Corner. Today, it's only me, but I am here today to talk about school-wide expectations, especially as we prepare for CMAS time when you come back from spring break. It is truly time to sweat the small stuff, so we're starting to practice now. Hey, I just want to say great job on the uniform reset. We were down to 1 Kipster out of uniform today out of 460 students at our school, so fantastic job. things we really got to get good on in the next few weeks leading up to CMAS. There are no earbuds in your ears during class. Hey, it's just a thing. I know a lot of people say, I want to listen to music. We just don't do that here. And that's our school-wide expectation. Second, we also don't have food and snacks during class time. I'm going to tell you, it makes a huge mess. It invites insects and all sorts of nasty things on our campus. And we have a beautiful school and we want to keep it that way. So no snacks or drinks during classrooms. And finally, no hoods and hats. Hey, that's not just an R rule, that is a DPS safety rule. We want to make sure that in case anything happened, that the cameras could be able to identify anyone in the building. And a ball cap or a hood just doesn't allow for that. So those are our school-wide expectations. Last one I forgot, those cell phones. Friends, you can have a cell phone. We want to make sure that you feel safe. And families, when we want to make sure that you know you can reach out to your student. However, during class time, that cell phone needs to be off and in your backpack. That's it. I don't want to see it on the table, on the desk. Just keep it off. Families, if you are concerned about reaching your student, you can always call the front office and we will be sure to get them. But that's it. Swaying the small stuff for Culture Corner. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Miss Olson. And again, students, those small things really do add up when it comes to CMAS. Any little thing can invalidate your test, and sometimes it can invalidate the tests of every single other student in that classroom. So when we say don't have your earbuds in, don't have your phone out, all those little things that are school policy in general, they become even more important when we jump into CMAS. Families, please have that conversation as we go into our CMAS season, which is right after spring break. Have that conversation with your students of, please don't invalidate your school's tests just because you wanted to check something out on your phone or listen to music in your earbud or whatever other little thing. And again, these are little things that can invalidate an entire test. So please just have that conversation. Now let's move on. Let's talk about some athletics with Mr. G.
Hello, KNDMS. This is Mr. G with your athletic update, which also includes the final day of badminton. We are live at the qualifiers for the finale, which is a 6th grade badminton tournament. It's a tradition here at KNDMS where all of the best teams in the classes participate in a final tournament to send us off into a break. So we are here live. It is, as you can tell, heating up. We got 4 teams in the running to be the champions for their squad, and with the final game happening tomorrow. So keep it locked. I'll keep you updated. It's crazy in here. It's just crazy. So this is badminton, baby. In terms of athletics, we go on spring break and then we come back the 3rd or the 4th, that Tuesday the 4th, where flag football will have their first game. And then Monday the 3rd, which is not a day where students have school, we will have a girls' soccer game. I will give more information on that as we go. So we're going to go on spring break, and then we're going to come right back, and we're going to start the spring season with flag football and girls' soccer. It's going to be awesome. And the boys' basketball banquet has been pushed back till after spring break. I will give you information on that as well. This is Mr. G reporting live from the badminton pre-qualifiers. Have a nice day.
Badminton looks amazing. And today, that's right, folks, today in 6th grade, they are having the finals of that badminton tournament, which I just can't even wait for. And then our co-ed flag football and our girls soccer kicking off after spring break. It's going to be some awesome, awesome sports coming up. Speaking of things coming up, let's switch it over to this week's segment of Get Out Your Calendar. As has already been said, we do have parent-teacher conferences tomorrow. That's the 24th. Again, those conferences are just mandatory parent conferences. So there is no drop-in conference time. Every conference has already been scheduled. If you did not schedule or were not asked to schedule a conference with your teachers and your student, then you can still reach out to your teachers, but please do not expect to come in tomorrow for a conference. Now, you still can and should come in tomorrow to talk about standards-based grading if you'd like to attend one of our workshops. The first one from 9 to 9:30. The second one, and again, separate, you don't have to come to both, 12 to 12:30. Next up on there, we do go right into spring break. The spring break is from the 27th through the 31st. The 31st, of course, being Cesar Chavez holiday. So fantastic, good time. And then on the 3rd, April 3rd, this is the Monday after spring break. This is a PD day, professional development for our teachers. So students, there is no school on that Monday right after spring break. Think of it as like a bonus spring break day. Everybody loves a bonus spring break day. Then we jump in the following week. So after spring break, we have 1 week, and then that following week, we kick off our CMAS. Now, in the last community update, I said some of the wrong dates, so I just want to correct those right now. The 12th through the 14th of April, this is our CMAS for ELA. That's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Regular classes happening on Monday and Tuesday, and then CMAS for ELA is that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The following week, the schedule is the same thing. Monday and Tuesday, regular classes. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we jump into our math CMAS. And then also for our 5th and 8th graders, jump into that science CMAS. So families, students, make sure right after spring break that you are rested up, that you're getting plenty of sleep, that you're eating right, that you're drinking plenty of water, that you're doing all of the things that will help you perform better on that CMAS exam and be ready and alert during those CMAS tests. They really are that important. Then on the 28th of April, we get into our CMAS celebration. So after all that hard work, and CMAS is hard work, we don't pretend like it's not. It is hard work, and you deserve to be celebrated for crushing it during CMAS, and that's going to happen on the 28th. Then following that, we've got our Teacher Appreciation Week. That's happening on May 8th through the 12th. That's Teacher Appreciation. Families, feel free to do whatever you'd like for your staff, for your teachers of your students. And teachers know that something else is happening for y'all as well. So more information to that will be coming out. Then there is another day off on the 29th. That is May 29th. That's our Memorial Day holiday. This is in our last week of school. It's that Monday of the last week of school. And so there is no school that Monday. And students will be in school all the way until the 2nd. I think in a previous community update, I said the 1st, but it's actually the 2nd. It's that Friday. So Friday the 2nd is actually our last day of school. For students, that's a half day of school. So just keep that in mind that you'll be leaving early that day. And for all of my 8th grade families, our 8th grade continuation is happening on May 30th. And the 30th, that starts at 6 o'clock, but we will allow seating around 5:30. That's all of the important events to have on your calendar in this week's episode. Get out your calendar. Finally, no community updates complete without this week's top Ghana earners. So let's give a round of applause to these Kipsters. Thank you all so much for joining us on the last community update of quarter 3, and you all have a fantastic spring break.